You've been feeding hummingbirds for years, but they remember every single flower and feeder you've ever put out. Watch them dart with laser precision to a feeder you've moved. See them return to a garden bed you thought they'd forgotten. Stay to the end, because we'll show you how they map your yard in their minds like a living GPS. Number 1. Your backyard hummingbird is more than just a tiny, glittering visitor. It's a master of memory. These birds don't just flutter around randomly. They remember exactly where your feeders are, even if you move them. It's like they have a built-in GPS system that never loses signal. Scientists at the University of Washington have confirmed that ruby-throated hummingbirds use the Earth's magnetic field to navigate, a skill that's both astonishing and essential for survival. What this means for you is that, no matter how you rearrange your feeders, your hummingbirds will almost always find their way back. This remarkable ability is a testament to their adaptability and intelligence. Think of your yard as a map, and your hummingbird as a tiny explorer marking every landmark it passes. A 2020 study published in PNAS found that these birds use a combination of visual clues, like the shape of trees or the position of the sun, and their internal compass to locate food sources. Even if weeks pass without a sip of nectar, they can still find your feeders with uncanny precision. This means that your yard is not just a place they visit, but a familiar territory they've memorized down to the smallest detail. It's as if they're solving a puzzle in midair, using their brain power to stay fed and thrive. What's truly fascinating is how they balance such a tiny body with such a powerful mental map. These little aviators don't just rely on the stars or the magnetic pull of the Earth. They also learn and remember the layout of your yard like a seasoned traveler. Researchers from the Cornell Lab of Ornithology have found that hummingbirds can recall feeder locations even when they haven't visited them in weeks, a feat that's as impressive as it is mysterious. This means your yard is more than just a stopover. It's a place they've made their own. But what happens when your landscape changes entirely? What if you add a garden or a new tree? The answer might surprise you, and it will lead us garden or a new tree. The answer might surprise you, and it will lead us into the next layer of your backyard secret sec. Number 2. Your hummingbirds are not just flitting from flower to flower. They're conducting a sophisticated survey of your yard's floral landscape. They can remember the color of flowers and even their nectar quality after a single visit. This memory isn't just about color, it's a full sensory profile. Imagine if you could recall the taste of your favorite soda after one sip. This is how precise their recall is. With their eyes capable of seeing ultraviolet light, they detect patterns invisible to us, giving them a unique advantage in the garden. What this means for you is that planting a variety of bright, nectar-rich flowers can turn your yard into a hummingbird haven. These tiny aviators don't just visit flowers, they conduct a kind of natural research, mapping out the best sources of energy in your yard. A study from Science in 2018 revealed that they can distinguish between different flower colors and remember which ones offer the most nectar. This isn't random flying, it's a calculated route based on prior knowledge. They're like miniature scientists, storing information in their brains about the location, color, and reward value of each bloom. Even if they haven't visited a particular flower in months, they can still recall its details with surprising accuracy. This shows how deeply connected they are to the environment you provide, making every flower a potential partner in their survival. Their memory isn't just about finding food, it's about efficiency and survival. Researchers at the University of Arizona discovered that hummingbirds can recall specific flowers even after months of not visiting them. This kind of memory helps them avoid less rewarding blooms and focus on the most nourishing ones. Think of your yard as a dynamic puzzle they're constantly solving, where each visit adds to their mental map. What comes next is the surprising way they use this knowledge to navigate through changing seasons and landscapes. Their ability to remember and adapt is a testament to the intelligence hidden in their tiny, feathered forms. Number 3. Your backyard is more than just a place for birds to land. It's a world they mentally map with incredible precision. Imagine your yard as a living puzzle, and these little aviators are experts at solving it. They build a kind of miniaturized GPS system in their brains, using landmarks, sun position, and even the scent of flowers to navigate. This mental map is not static, it evolves as they explore and learn, much like how you might remember the layout of a familiar room. What this means for you is that you're not just hosting birds, you're providing a dynamic, ever-changing environment that challenges their memory and spatial abilities. It's a testament to the incredible intelligence hidden in their tiny brains. Within their brain, a specialized region known as the hippocampus acts like the central hub for this mental map. Studies, such as those from the University of California, Berkeley, have revealed that hummingbirds can remember the exact locations of flowers, even when they're miles away from their nesting sites. This memory isn't just about where things are, it's about the relationships between different elements in their world, like the distance between two feeders or the time it takes to fly from one perch to another. This ability allows them to optimize their foraging routes and avoid unnecessary travel, making them incredibly efficient visitors to your yard. It's as if they're running a daily inventory of resources, all in their head. What's fascinating is that their hippocampus is proportionally larger than in most other birds, suggesting an evolutionary adaptation to their need for such detailed spatial awareness. This doesn't mean they're the only birds with this ability, but it does highlight how finely tuned their navigation system is. Every time they return to your yard, they're not just retracing steps, they're refining their map, adding new details and adjusting old ones. And the next time you see them darting between feeders, know that they're not just flying, they're computing, learning, and remembering. What comes next? Perhaps we'll uncover how they share these maps with others, or how they update them when the landscape changes. Number 4. Learning from other birds is a fascinating behavior that happens right in your yard. Ruby-throated hummingbirds aren't just flying by instinct, they're watching and learning from their neighbors. In your yard, if one hummingbird discovers a new feeder, others may follow closely behind, observing every flutter and dip. This behavior is not just about survival, it's about community and shared knowledge. Researchers from the University of Nevada have confirmed that these tiny birds can pick up on the cues of others, learning where the best food sources are. What this means for you is that your yard could become a hub of learning for these energetic little visitors. Imagine your feeder as a classroom where hummingbirds are students, taking notes with their wings and eyes. In a 2022 study published in Animal Cognition, scientists saw hummingbirds watching another bird's journey to a feeder and then repeating the same path. This isn't just random behavior, it's a form of social learning, passed down from one bird to another. Your yard becomes a place of mentorship, where one hummingbird's flight path could lead to a whole flock discovering new resources. The more birds that visit, the more information is shared, helping your yard become a hotspot for these tiny explorers. This kind of learning is rare in the bird world, making it even more special for you to witness. These birds aren't just copying, they're adapting. Scientists at the University of Texas found that during migration, hummingbirds often follow other birds to new food sources, using the knowledge of the group to survive the journey. In your yard, this behavior means that once a hummingbird learns where to find food, it's more likely to return and bring others with it. You might notice a new wave of visitors showing up, all because one bird shared the secret of your feeder. This learning behavior isn't limited to feeders, it extends to natural sources too. What's next? The way these birds learn could change how we think about their entire migration strategy. Number 5. Remembering through seasons, you may have never met these birds before, but they are returning to your yard as if it were an old friend. Hummingbirds, with their tiny brains and fast wings, have a remarkable ability to remember feeders and flower beds from year to year. A 2017 study by the Audubon Society shows that some hummingbirds return to the same yards even when you've never seen them before. This behavior, called site fidelity, is a testament to their incredible memory and adaptability. Your yard becomes a familiar landmark in their long migratory journey. What this means for you is that you're part of a larger journey. With these birds before, but the Audubon Society shows that some hummingbirds return to the same yards, and PD numbers return to the same yards. Even when feeders are absent for months or years, hummingbirds can still find their way back to the same spots. Research from the University of Georgia found that these birds use memory to navigate, relying on visual cues and spatial awareness. Imagine your yard as a landmark on a map they carry in their minds, one they revisit year after year. This memory isn't just about food, it's about routine, comfort, and survival. Their return shows that your yard is more than a temporary stop. It's a home they recognize and trust. This consistency in their behavior is a reminder of the deep connections between birds and their environments. Some hummingbirds even return to the same flower beds every year, a discovery made by researchers at the Royal Society. This long-term spatial memory is rare among small birds and speaks to the complexity of their cognitive abilities. Your yard might be just one stop in their journey, but it's a significant one they remember with precision. This behavior is not random, it's a learned pattern, a habit that deepens each year. As you watch them return, you're witnessing a kind of loyalty that stretches across time, and as the seasons change, you'll begin to see how these memories shape the lives of the birds that visit you. Number 6. The role of memory in survival is a hidden marvel of nature that unfolds right in your backyard. Hummingbirds aren't just flitting from flower to flower, they're engaging in a complex mental task that involves remembering where nectar sources are, how long they've been there, and even which ones are most rewarding. This is not a simple memory, it's a dynamic, evolving map of their surroundings, updated constantly as they fly. According to the National Geographic Society, this ability is essential for survival, especially during migration, where the wrong memory could mean the difference between life and death. What this means for you is that your yard can be a sanctuary for these tiny, intelligent creatures if you provide consistent, reliable food sources. Their memory is not just about feeding, but also about navigating. The brain of a hummingbird is a marvel of efficiency, packed with neurons that are finely tuned for spatial awareness and memory. A 2021 study in Nature discovered that those with superior spatial memory are more likely to survive harsh weather and food shortages, highlighting the critical role of this mental ability in their daily lives. Imagine your backyard as a patchwork of clues and landmarks that the bird must interpret and remember with incredible precision. These memories help them locate flowers, avoid predators, and even recognize human faces who have fed them before. This is not just survival, it's a testament to the bird's intelligence and adaptability in a constantly changing environment. The next time you see a hummingbird in your yard, consider that it may be relying on a member with incredible precision. These memories help them locate flowers, avoid predators, and even recognize human faces who have. Beyond finding food, memory also plays a crucial role in avoiding danger. The University of Colorado confirmed that hummingbirds use their memory to recall safe locations and avoid predators by recognizing unsafe areas they've encountered before. This ability is not limited to feeding, it extends to every aspect of their lives, from social interactions to territorial disputes. In your yard, you're not just providing a meal, you're offering a place of security and opportunity where these tiny birds can flourish. What lies ahead in our exploration is the fascinating way these birds interact with other species and how their memory influences these relationships. The story of memory is far from over, and it's one that continues to unfold in your backyard every day. You stand in your yard, watching a sparrow land on the same branch where you once placed a feeder. It tilts its head, as if recognizing you, not just your voice, but your presence, your patience, your care. In that moment, you feel a quiet connection, a thread that binds you to something ancient and fragile. It's not just about feeding birds, it's about being part of their journey. You remember the days you first saw them, and now they return, carrying the memory of your garden in their wings. It feels sacred, this unspoken bond between you and the wild things that visit you. As the seasons turn and the leaves fall, you wonder how the birds remember your yard through the snow and silence. You think of the times you've watched them fly away, only to return again, as if your garden had always been a part of their story. It's a humbling truth that your small act of kindness becomes a lifeline for creatures far smaller than you. You feel the weight of that responsibility, the sacredness of being a steward of this tiny world. And in that realization, you find a kind of peace, knowing that you are not alone in this quiet, shared journey. Have you ever noticed a hummingbird returning to the same spot in your yard, even when you weren't there? What do you think it means? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a new episode. I'll see you in the next one.